What is up, everybody? DanDanTheFireman here. On today's episode of I Forgot How to Corner a Motorcycle, we're going to be focusing on this CanAm crash that happened in a corner. It was a no buenos, but thankfully nobody got seriously hurt. Also, we're going to talk about why you shouldn't be blocking an ambulance. Come on, they got lights and sirens. They're going to do it themselves. But also, here's the thing. This motorcycle cornering crash that happens out in the twisties, whew, a little bit beginner riding mistakes. All right, guys, let's just get to class and start talking about this. All right, so we're riding around on three-wheelers, having a great time with our buddies.
There is advantage of riding in a group where the riders trying to keep up with the rest at all costs.
Ride your ride. Ride within your abilities. Don't ride within the other people's abilities. Oh, no. Oh, man. So that person up ahead almost crashed too because the target fixated a little bit. So this is where being a smart rider and having a trauma kit to rescue another rider is very important. Also, having the trauma skills, the trauma training and skills to actually help somebody out. So look at this. This is fun. I might actually want to get one of these things, man. Look how much fun that would be. Yeah, good job controlling traffic. So there's always going to be somebody that's going to help out down there with the patient. And then somebody should be up around the first corner to control traffic, okay? And then also somebody should be at the back corner that we didn't navigate very well to control traffic. This right here is great to block traffic and to make people go around it, but just be aware that you could get your bike hit. So let's go back just a little bit. Let's take a quick look. Let's go ahead and mute MotoStars because he talks a lot in these videos. Same thing with me. But let's go ahead and go up to here. So the main thing is to ride your own ride, especially in a group ride. Now, it's kind of hard to ride staggered with Can-Ams like this right out here. Looks like a Can-Am Riker. Those are like the sportier versions of this. So we're going to be moving, and then that rider just went a little too wide right here, okay? A little too wide and went off the edge. Now, we noticed that there is traffic coming this way, so thankfully there's no car coming this way and hitting us, okay? So what do you think, Niagara Falls? Thank you for becoming a crew member again. But what do you guys think? Should we have slow look, press, and rolled? Yeah, probably. Now, if it was a beginner rider, could have made the mistake, just didn't have the skills and the training and the situation awareness yet to take these turns this quick. So here's the thing. If you feel like you can go into a group ride right now, go ahead and wait a little bit more and train a little bit more before you get into a group ride, because ego can override your training. Your perceived notion of your skill might not be as good as you think it is, okay? So let's go ahead and move on with this one. So be very careful with that. Remember, this is just a quick take on a lot of these different things. So imagine falling down here, hitting a tree, very dangerous for a simple mistake. All right, so we're riding through.
The behavior of a biker here who cautiously and calmly blocks the traffic for the passing ambulance.
Okay, so you don't need to block traffic for an ambulance. It's their job to navigate the traffic, especially intersections. They don't get to run red lights just because they're going through the emergency with emergency tones and lights. They're not allowed to just run through lights. So don't do this. Don't do this. Even as a firefighter, EMT back in the day, I never would have done this. Never, ever. It's their job to do that. They have the training. You could possibly get hit because you don't have lights, you don't have sirens, so don't do that. Part of being a smart rider is acquiring and utilizing personal protective equipment, so make sure you grab yourself a jacket just like this one from REVZILLA using the link in the description. It's an affiliate link. It helps me out. No extra cost to you. Plus, it lets REVZILLA know that the DDFM crew is pretty badass, and they actually grab some gear. Anyways, click that link. I'll see you soon. Okay, we're going a little bit too wide. Thankfully, no cars were coming. It's typically a new rider mistake. Get back in your lane, but now we're set up wrong. We're going to go wide here. So the best way to practice this at slow speed is to do an offset weave. So if you screw up, that music is crazy. If you screw up on the offset weave, the first cone, your second cone, third cone, fourth cone are going to be really difficult. Okay? So be very, very, very careful. So Amber Matranga, how are you doing? Are you a new rider? You are in the chat. This is actually a DDFM crew member. Rookie, I get it. You know, you got a mustache. It's fine. So brand new member. So while I'm talking about this, let us know what happened in the chat. Are you a new rider? So here's the thing. This is the way you can practice it. You're okay. Amber's okay, everybody. Amber, thank you for letting us know that you are okay. Woo! So here's the thing. We're going to be riding through the mountains. We're having a good time. 4 days of riding. So this is 4 days of riding. Be very careful. You're still kind of new. I wouldn't be going on a group ride. I'd be practicing a little bit more, but that's, you guys do you. I want you guys to have the skills. I want you guys to have the knowledge. But you do what you guys want to do. So we're going to be moving through here. Went a little bit wide. Thankfully, no cars are coming, Amber. Thankfully, no cars are coming. Now, here's the thing. We are not going to be able to set up for the next turn because we went a little bit too wide, okay? So now we're still far left, okay? So we're super close to the apex. We're on the apex right now of the turn. You know, closest point to the middle of the turn, or closest point to the inside of the turn is the apex. So our apex was like back here, so we got shot out super wide. Now, there's a lot to understand when it comes to cornering, a bunch of all these different things when we're out riding at the time, especially as a beginner with 4 days of riding. So I'm not going to expect you to know all these things, but the problem is if you don't know all of these things, then we shouldn't be going into the mountains doing this in the first place. So we're all learning. I'm glad you're okay. This is a lesson learned. We're going to learn from it with you. So you panicked when you went wide and target fixated, and that's typically what happens. So Amber, what you can do is practice this in a parking lot using some offset weave cones. Now, it's not going to be at speed, so that's going to be one of those difficult things. That's why you should take a class like a Champ Street class at Yamaha Champion Riding School, or practicing this out on a coached track day. But the thing is, on an offset weave or a straight line weave, the concept of going too fast for the first cone makes it so the second cone, the third cone, the fourth cone, extremely difficult. So if you take that concept and that mentality of, I went too fast on the first turn, the second turn, there you go. Let's go ahead and make it bigger so you can see my fingers. The second turn, the third turn, the fourth turn are going to be increasingly harder, especially as a new rider with not too many tools in their toolbox. So the first turn went too fast. So the best thing we can do is get back into our lane and slow down so that we can reset for the second turn as best as we possibly can. Okay, that's what we need to do. And the slow speed of the offset weave and the straight line weave on Motorcycle Training Concepts is going to help you understand that concept so that when you're getting out on the main road, you know you have to make that first turn good, because you know that second cone, third cone, fourth cone is hard to do. So you know that second, third, and fourth turn, if it's that sign, it's a little squiggles, is gonna indicate that you need to be paying attention. So I'm glad you're doing fine. Got a little too antsy, rode the same route the day before, and it was fine, but ended up getting too much speed on the downhill grade. Yeah, and it's crazy. It comes out at you, huh? I'm just glad you're doing good. Glad to have you here as a crew member. Hopefully everything's fine. Hopefully that's not your head on the ground right there. The music is great, a little fun. Guys, if you like this kind of stuff, we do this every Tuesday and Thursday on this channel at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time live. So make sure you check that out. But if you want to check out some other things like this video right here or this video right here, please do so. It supports the channel. Click that like button, by the way. Check into class. Anyways, I'll be seeing you around.